Hello again. Welcome back on my YouTube channel. I'm back again with another video. So today I'm just gonna talk about what are they hiding from you. Obviously, most of the time it's the truth, and I care about the truth. I care about on the city, on the city. Oh, how it felt. I care about being genuine. I care about being original. So in my channel, I move with that. So it's something that I'm like, what are they hiding? This is something that they didn't tell us, but they were able to tell us about other things that that we I would say we want. Instead they make it us to believe it's something that we need instead of us wanting it. So I'm talking about socially general, because a lot of things that happen that influence us, it's something that we happen to inherit socially. So I'm just gonna talk about the part whereby they're making us to be confused. So the first point is being confused. It's something that they are trying by all means to eliminate us and make us to be confused. Why are they so obsessed with confusing with us with a lot of things? For example, they are confusing us with a religion. They are confusing us with school system. They are confusing us with a 9 to 5 job. They are confusing us with a lot of us. They want us to find peace, to find not that we ever find peace with something that is actually happening externally that we don't need to focus on. They're trying by all means to silence us. They're trying by all means to take away our own freedom. So when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about being confused is okay. We experience confusion whenever we happen to encounter someone that we genuinely like. Probably the feelings, they are so unfamiliar. You don't know how they actually come about. You don't know how to act on them because you're so used to wearing a mask, and then out of the blue you met someone who actually activate the part of you that you didn't even know exist. Someone who actually activate a soul connection within you, because sometimes you'll be like, you will not be loved all along. So it's fucking attachment. So it's okay to be confused like that. So it's okay to be confused sometimes, but it's not our peace. It's not peace. They want us to make peace with confusion. It's okay because it's part of life, but it's supposed to be a phase, not something that is supposed to go about to be something that is actually our own birthright. So confusion is part of life, but it's not. It's a phase. It's supposed to be a phase because every emotion that we're experiencing, it's a phase. Sometimes it's cycling. It's a whole fucking cycling. So experiencing all of that, it's part of life, but it's not our own truth. Confusion doesn't bring truth. It might be a phase whereby you're moving from confusion to being having clarity. So the reason why the confusion, ever like wonder about the fucking education system. Don't get me wrong, that something that are actually positive about education, but it's not the truth. They're trying by all means to make us to believe that the only time that you're gonna have a life is when we go to study. When we do go and study, whenever you don't have education, it won't be anything. But the funny thing about a lot of people who went to college, a lot of people who actually went to school, a college education, any kind of sexual education, they're confused as fuck. Why? They don't know who they are. They don't know what they want with their life. they ended up being confused because now they graduated, but they're not in love with what they graduated with. And I was part of those people. It's so confusing that we're constantly being pushed to education. And I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of debt. I'm still not yet paid. It's still not yet paid, and it's weird that we have to go through that phase. And the worst part, they expect all of us to have a certificate that we obtain from a university or college in our job, which is extremely weird. How can you expect students who just came out in university or college to have paid the outstanding fees from a university or college when they don't have any kind of way, because that can take time, probably 5 years, 10 years, I don't know, 3 years. It's depend on how you actually manage to make money and work for you, because sometimes it takes years to actually be able to pay for a university. So it's confusing why they doing that, why they so obsessed with making us feel like shit. The why they so obsessed with that, because as much as education, it was someone who invented it. Their purpose to invent it probably was because he felt like a lot of people can learn from this, and then a lot of people came up with subject and invented subject that the subject can cover this and that, which is okay. It's okay, but it's not something that we were supposed to be made as a first choice in everything. Don't get me wrong, I'm huge in education, I'm huge in educating yourself. It's just that the slavery in it, I have a problem with the slavery. I have a problem with the confusion that they're trying to create within us. I have a problem with the fact that they're trying by all means to make us to stay away from our soul divine purpose. They're trying by all means to make us stay away from trying to find the truth within ourselves. For example, we don't know the truth. Well, secondly, they trying by all means to make us stay away from finding the truth within our own self. They treated the mentality that the only time you matter, the only time you make sense is whereby you have a lot of money, you have a lot of education certificate, a lot of education certificate, a lot of like a status kind of mentality, which is okay. I get it. We sometimes whatever that you want to do, you need education. For example, being a doctor, being a lawyer, so it need education. But I think not all career actually need education, because we see a lot of actors like Jennifer Lopez. She never went to education. That is actually, she went to as being a student of life, learning from criticism that her acting sucks, and she went from that to nailing it. She went from, oh, she can sing, and she actually unlocked another version of her that a lot of people be like, wow. And now what she sings, and she sings well, very well. I don't understand even the people who said she actually made worse movie, because all the movies that she made back then, I find them really nice, like they're worth watching. And I prefer the old one than the new one that she's making. So I'm just talking about that. She never went to school, but she's a great actor. It's not just her only, like blend of people who actually a musician who never went to school. But of course, we have to teach yourself. Sometimes we have to, that blend of self teaching yourself, whatever the kind of gift that you have, that you need to have a lot of knowledge about, even though you never have all the knowledge, all the knowledge that you actually think that you actually need. Sometimes you just have to know something, because we are constantly student. We never know everything, you know. So they are confusing us to the point that they want to focus on status. They want us to focus on the best school that you went into, the competition, the fact, what the point of having this competition. Or I went to the best university, I went to the best college, I went to the best high school, I went to best, like everything is best. Okay, fine. What about other school? Because I went to a normal school until I went to university and it happened to be the best. But I don't see any different with going to a public school that I went to. So I'm just confused, like, what the hell? Because we ended up being in the same class with others, which is something that I understand. When you have money, you want your kids to have the best, and that is normal. So I'm just the competition that you're trying to create. So they're confusing us at that point with competition. Why are they wanting us to compete with others so badly? To the point that, because us competing with others, it make us stay away from ourselves. The fact that you see other people as a competition, I understand when we're doing a YouTube, obviously be like, oh, there are plenty of people who are actually doing this, but you know what, your voice is needed. Oh, there are plenty of musicians who are doing this. Oh, actors and whatsoever, you are actually needed, because at the end of the day, not everybody love Jennifer Lopez. Some people find Bob Marley music makes sense. Some people find Rihanna music makes sense. Doja Cat music makes sense. Any kind of musician that are actually didn't mention, because eventually we all being activated by people that we actually resonate with. Even artists, not all the time we're able to resonate with them. So it's something like that. So the competition, us being competing with others, the beefing on the entertainment industry, just because Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are actually rappers, and now they're being put in the competition to not be able to find voice within, and we find ourselves in that grammar that is making us to stay away from the important things. Obviously, they don't point gun on us, but it's disturbing to find two queens actually fighting for something that is unnecessary, and to the point that they trying by all means the same queens to promote their music with the same drama, because they know we love drama, so we're staying away with ourselves, being attached to our own phone, trying to find out what next. Oh, wow, she did. It's bullshitting. It's something that is not necessary. It's not necessary. I'm so thirsty. It's actually bullshit. That is, we don't need, but because we use it as a coping mechanism. I'm not innocent in that, to find myself in the gossip column. Like, okay, I've done that, and I don't know whether I'm still gonna do it, but I'm not that much into drama. But sometimes I do find myself in it. Sometimes it helps in a manner, in a way, because sometimes I need to learn something from them that I don't want to, I don't need, I don't need whatsoever. So at the competition, they trying by all means to make us to have something. I just ate, so I feel weird. So by all means to find us in our web space, because even when you're watching news, they don't cover the necessary news, but they always cover the news that will make us have fear. They will cover news that will make us feel like shit. They will cover news that they control news, so they don't cover important part. They only cover the important, the part that we already know, but they just trying to make it dramatic so that we have be distracted to what we need to do, because we all came here on earth for a mission. We are all chosen for a mission. We are chosen for a specific mission, but whatever that we have to do, it has to do with humanity. For example, is it Jeff, the multimillionaire? He created Amazon. I'm not sure whether I'm saying the right person. Correct me if I'm wrong. He created Amazon. The purpose of Amazon, he helped people who have a lot of things that they want to show, or artist or whatever that they want to promote or want to sell in his Amazon business, and it working. It was so something that is created for humanity, because a lot of people now they can buy on Amazon. A lot of people can find things that they want on Amazon. It's one of the online things that is actually huge. Even I find myself strolling there, want something in there. So I'm talking about we are all treated for a specific mission. We are all, even if the company, someone created a company, I'm sure the purpose was to give jobs to people or whatsoever, and then the business grow, blah blah blah, and then to the point that he had to hire people. But the problem is the greediness that comes with it. So people end up being greedy and they doing things for the wrong reason now. So you find a store that used to sell organic food and used to sell organic food, but they still go with the name that they sell organic food. I don't trust stores anymore, like at all. There's this store that I actually know a lot of people still going to. They say they sell organic food. Well, for me, I feel like they're selling 50% of organic food, not 100% organic food. It's just that it has it was known for organic food because once it was exposed, so they were able to control the media and shut down those news. But I just know that I should not trust it, and a lot of people should not trust stores. I understand sometimes we want something quick and we want to put whatever it in our body, but we don't know the damage it does in our body. So we're moving away from organic food. We're moving away from planting our own vegetable, fruits, whatever that you are actually planting. It's just it's distraction. They don't want us to know that back then in our days, a lot of people were healthier than the people that we are. They were not our ancestors. They were living the best life. I'm not saying that this life is actually not right because we are constantly transitioning, we're constantly growing. So a lot of things have been introduced, like cell phones, technology, whatsoever. And right now, I'm using another technology to spread the news. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that there's slavery in it. Don't allow yourself to be a slave in anything. Even your supermarket, you should not rely 100% on it. And the technology, it's okay to use it, but it's not 100%. Everything they're trying by all means to silence us, they're trying by all means to make us to not say it. But it's coming out. Even now, I feel like the world is collapsing. When I'm saying the world is collapsing, the structure that was actually created is no longer working. For example, they said women are not supposed to be in a leadership position, but a lot of women are starting their own business. A lot of women are in a leadership position. They're constantly fighting for their own right. So what does that mean? A lot of men, when they admit they don't like providing, the structure that was created that men are supposed to provide. Not all of men are in love with providing. Some men love to be a stay at home dad or work at home. They love cooking. They love doing like a lot of things that were considered supposed to be a job for a woman, or it's some a role of a woman, which is extremely narcissistic because as couple comes together, whether you are a man or a woman or same sex, when we're coming together, your decision took of coming together was to be able to add rather than subtract. So when you're coming together with someone, you know this is what make you strong as a person. This is actually your weakness, and this one is actually, and your partner will have an opportunity to say this is actually my weakness, and this is actually my strongest point or my strongest part of myself. So and then what you start to communicate, okay, we're gonna do this, so you're gonna do this, and we're gonna be able to help each other because you are both helping each other to grow. You are both supporting other to grow in whatever manner. Not someone supposed to be left behind. Even if you, the other part is more like a workaholic and the other part is more like a reserve, it's okay because sometimes it's normal to have a relationship like that. But it's them treating us, treating it for us, because as much as animals live, have you ever noticed how lions live? Of course, male lions, they tend to come with meat, so they're providing. But sometimes a lioness that does that. I'm so busy. Sometimes a lioness does that. Have you ever seen how chicken live? What does a chicken do? I know they don't have the same consciousness as us, but the fact that they can take care of their own kids. Have you ever seen how chicken take care of their kids? They can do that. And the structure is collapsing. It's not just a family structure, everything, even what they're doing. It's I still believe that COVID was created. Did I have COVID? Yes, twice. And I'm just huge in believing that the COVID, it was something that was created and it's failing. Of course, they try. I'm sure they are still doing something because there's secret society that is busy doing whatever that they're doing in order to gain control of people, because they can tell people are freeing themselves from a lot. A lot of people are leaving their jobs, they're finding their own purpose, the same mission that they were born to go and about. There's nothing wrong to finding a 9 to 5 job. Was at some point, Obama was once a waitress. Whoever those people invented something, they once in some sort of a cashier job or waitress or some sort, but because they knew their mission, so they were being activated first. But some others, the 9 to 5 job, it's not it. I because we are family. We are born to have, when you're treating your family, whether your family is a dog or your partner only, because family is not just mother, father, and well, mother and father and children. Sometimes it depend on how you describe family. It can be two friends who choose to treat each other as family. It can be anything. So I'm talking about that. So they know that they don't spend a lot of time, because you come back at home tired, and then it's such a routine that is exhausting our soul. It doesn't unite our own soul. And the days that were actually given is just 2 days. What you can do with 2 days? Because sleeping, you have to sleep, you have to do washing, you have to do a lot, because you are actually what recovering, and you're still tired from the 5 days that you've been working, the 9 to 5. You're constantly tired. Our soul is not born to be tired. Whenever you're doing something that you love, you become energized eventually. You, because you are humans, you are forced to take a break. But our soul usually become energized whenever we're doing a lot of things that make us our soul shine. So then what happens? So this is another thing. Another point is the psychological crazy that they're creating. A lot of people asking themselves, "Ah, I'm okay, I'm crazy or whatsoever." The thing is with people who actually have a spiritual gift. Okay, not all people have a spiritual gift, but I'm gonna tell you something that they don't want us to know. We are all intuitive. We are all intuitive. Obviously, there are going to be those who are more intuitive than others, but at some point, they knew that we were born intuitive, but they didn't know exactly what is exactly that made them feel the type of way they used to feel. So, as we are all born having intuitive abilities, why are they trying by all means to silence us? Why are they trying by all means to find distraction that will make us stay away from finding the truth within ourselves? Because the truth is within ourselves. The self-worth that we want is within ourselves. It's not by having a status or career that is striving, or having a plenty of hot women or plenty of hot men going about. It doesn't make you different. Having a bunch of men who actually whatsoever. There was even a girl who was bragging about something like that. I just felt sorry for her. She had 3 babies, and the father, all those 3 babies have different fathers. So the other one, she was a doctor, and the second one was a doctor, and the other one was a lawyer. She was bragging to other girls that she's better than them because she actually have fathers who actually providing and who actually doctors. And you know what the other friend said? Or what about yourself? You're busy talking about other people. What about yourself? What did you achieve? What exactly have you achieved? You know, she was like, "You're jealous and blah blah blah." I'm like, because doesn't know who she is, because they're trying for omens to not find out who we are, what is exactly, because the knowledge of self is intelligent itself. Knowing yourself, still in a journey of self discovery, it's intelligent itself, because you don't know, you are limited limit limitless beings. So as we are limitless beings, we are constantly guided to do things that make us break free from whatever the bullshit that we've been told from our society. Well, there's nothing good that society cares about. They don't care about us. They never did. So the thing is, people who already have lost their soul, they want other people to feel the same. Have you ever wondered why people that are so obsessed with the fact that you are so in touch with your soul? They are so bothered by the fact that you don't go about with how other people are doing life. They are so bothered to the point that we're like, why are you living life like that instead of living life like that? Like, why are you so bothered by it? Because I'm just following my soul. When my soul is telling me to do this, I'm doing that. So eventually they are bothered. It's not like you're taking money from or taking anything from them, but they are bothered by it. It's because they already lost their soul. They want you to be the same. Because the fact that there's no such a thing as a robot, people are not meant to be robot. The robot can be treated, but the thing with robot, they don't have souls. So a lot of people already accepted the robotic life. So now they have a problem with other people who actually going about with their life without being allowing themselves to be robot. Why is that? Because they so obsessed with us killing ourselves. There's actually a K drama, Korean drama that I actually been guided to watch. Even when I was watching, I was kind of like, oh, I like it because it's scientific kind of fiction movie, scientific fiction drama, because it has, I don't know how many episodes because I haven't finished it. There's scientific. It's about. Oh, let me just open up for you. This scientific K drama is just is describe what is exactly is gonna happen if we choose to ignore a lot of things that we choose to ignore because we don't want to come off as crazy, or we don't want to listen to the divine that is speaking within ourselves, because we do have it's called cycling, two world connected. In this K drama, so far the episode that I've watched, they put a chip inside of these inside of people. The reason they put the chip inside of people is because they don't want people to find out what they are forgetting. There was I don't know whether it's a third episode in this cycling two world connected K drama, whereby the other one discovered that he doesn't know, they don't know themselves. Why they don't know themselves is because they don't want us to know ourselves. In this K drama, they're doing that. They don't know it made as a future. There's a part that show currently situation, and a part that show part two that show future, what is going to be happening. It shows 2037, which is 20 years ago from now. I don't know, or 30 years, I'm not sure, or 20 something years. So it show 2037. They're putting a chip here in order to make other people not to find out who they are. Some people who experience trauma, because we are supposed to heal from that trauma in order for us to find our mission. Of the obstacles that we're experiencing are spices of life. I said that before. As they are spices of life, they make us to be able to carry on the mission that we are called to do, because there's no way you can have an easy life in whatever manner. Whether you're a musician, whatsoever, there's no way your career will just take off so easily. There's no way you're just gonna experience obstacles because you're being tested to be able to carry on with the mission that you're called to do. So in this K drama, they're putting a chip. I said, as they're putting a chip, the guy is still finding out that he had a memory that he forget, but the memory, it was his lover. And then as his lover that was actually what died, so they put a chip on him. And as they put a chip on him, he's a robot. He's working on that company. It's a Bluebird kind of company. It's a technological company, just like they were doing to us. They want us to be robot. He's forgetting his life. He's forgetting who he is. The only thing that he's being told is to prevent anyone finding out what, or trying to track down what is actually happening in this company, which is a Bluebird, or at I'm not sure, it like it's a future, it's let movie is just show the future that they want us to they are willing to create for us, which is extremely disturbing. They want us to forget about our own soul. They just want us to, like, when we're being told to do this, jump, 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 just like the world is controlled by sociopath, they're controlled by narcissistic people who want control because they are refusing to heal whatever that you're going through that made them the way they are. So they're going around trying to make other people to feel some type of way whereby you feel like it's wrong to be yourself. They are trying to make us to normalize the fact that it's normal for us to forget who you are, which is not normal. You're not supposed to forget who you are. Okay, you went through that, it doesn't define you, it's part of your journey. But we are supposed to know ourselves. So the guy stopped whenever they're trying to find information. He was ended up being a dictator because he was scared of finding out about who he is and what part of himself that he's forgetting. So there are plenty. Some of them were taken without their own they were taken um, without their own permission. The reason they were taken, it was because they were getting closer to finding out the truth before the truth was actually happening. So it's something that happened 20 years ago. The guy was trying to find out 20 before 20 years happened, and they tried to shut him down because he was seeing the truth. So they're trying to because that's what happened in Lesotho. Whenever you're speaking the truth, they silence you. But you know what? We're gonna speak. Okay, thank you. I didn't think this video will be this long, but it's okay, and I still wanna continue. This is a K-drama, guys. I don't know whether we saw it. I'm still watching it, but it's just weird the fact that it shows exactly what I was thinking, and I happened to attract it, and I happened to watch it. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.